Hi everyone, hope you are doing well from wherever you're watching this channel, depending on your time zone. Now, yesterday, Raila Odinga revealed something serious and dangerous to this country, and we were supposed to discuss it yesterday, but we are experiencing power blackout. Also, the solar I have here is not reliable. That's why there has been this much delay. But above all, we want to look into what he's exposing in Ruto's mission ahead of 2027. You know, there was a consistent fight, which is still on, against the judiciary. So people were asking many questions. What is this that Ruto is so mad about on the judiciary way of ruling? Is it really all about just the affordable housing, or there's something beyond that? So many questions were asked. That is it a plan he has to religiously attack the judiciary and find his way to fix his own people here and there ahead of the next election, and above all, when he wants to mess with the law, to find friendly, incompetent judges who can be making ruling that are favorable to him, not necessarily just considering to make a ruling that is within the law. So many things. But Raila is revealing this. That could be the entire plan. Now we are hearing names like Chebukati popping up, Isaac Hassan popping up. Then you wonder, why? Because then, after the threat, there was a meeting between William Ruto and CJ Mother Koome in the presence of Wetangula. So they were saying that now there's a meeting of the three arms of government, whereby now the three heads of those different arms of government were meeting: the executive, judiciary, and National Assembly. Now listen to this. Raila is exposing this. CJ Koome and Ruto reached an agreement that will supposedly allow Ruto to provide additional funding to the judiciary. In return, CJ Koome is to advertise vacancies for 5 additional High Court judges and 11 Court of Appeal judges. Ruto floated the names of Wafula Chebukati and former IBC chairman Ahmed Isaac Hassan to be appointed as Court of Appeal judges, with the Chebukati later elevated to the Chief Justice before 2027 general election. Just listen to that bombshell. At Chebukati, akwe pale kwa Court of Appeal, then with the time elevated to the CJ before 2027. Hiyo ni kama kuwasha moto Kenya hii.
We now know what transpired at a State House meeting, and it is completely different from the lie the country was fed after that event. We can now confirm that there exists an elaborate plan that will allow Mr. Ruto to appoint friendly judges to the judiciary with the complete concurrence of Chief Justice Koome. This was among the issues discussed and agreed on during the ill-advised meeting between Ruto and Koome at State House. At the meeting, the Chief Justice and Mr. Ruto reached an agreement that will supposedly allow Mr. Ruto to provide additional funding to the judiciary. In return for this additional funding, Justice Koome is to advertise vacancies for 5 additional High Court judges and 11 Court of Appeal judges. This is in addition to the 20 High Court judges advertised last year. As a matter of fact, the advertisement of the 11 judges has just been done today. It is in today's Gazette. In that agreement, the 5 High Court judges and 2 Court of Appeal judges will be for Mr. Ruto to forward to the JSC. And he floated the names. Immediate former IBC chairman Mr. Fuller Chebukati and former IBC chairman Ahmed Isaac Hassan are to be appointed as Court of Appeal judges, with Chebukati later being elevated as the Chief Justice before the 2027 general elections. The targeting of the High Court and the Court of Appeal by Ruto is intentional. The administration believes it has completely captured the Supreme Court and now wants to target the problematic lower courts by stuffing them with loyalists with the cooperation of the Chief Justice. After filling the executive with people of questionable integrity and capacity, and who will remain eternally grateful to him, Mr. Ruto is looking to set up a user-friendly judiciary full of people with questionable pasts and limited capacity. And unfortunately, the Chief Justice is gladly smiling along and playing the ball. Officially, Mr. Ruto is supposed to have agreed to give additional funding to the judiciary. That is a cover-up. The judiciary does not draw any funding from the executive or state house. Article 173 of the Constitution of Kenya established the Judiciary Fund, which is administered by the Chief Justice, Registrar of the Judiciary. Which is administered by the Chief Registrar of the Judiciary. The provision of the Judiciary Fund, as contained in Article 173, states as follows. 1. There is established a fund to be known as the Judiciary Fund, which shall be administered by the Chief Registrar of the Judiciary. 2. The fund shall be used for administrative expenses of the judiciary and such other purposes as may be necessary for the discharge of the functions of the judiciary. 3. Each financial year, the Chief Registrar shall prepare estimates of expenditure for the following year and submit them to the National Assembly for approval. 4. Upon approval by the National Assembly, the expenditure of the judiciary shall be a charge on the consolidated fund, and the fund shall be paid directly into the judiciary fund. 5. Parliament shall enact legislation to provide for the regulation of the fund. The presidency cannot allocate any money to the judiciary.
Now we are continuing this final discussion, but just a quick request for those who are watching and you have not yet subscribed, please consider subscribing. To our returning subscribers, I must say thank you so much. And again, to all our viewers, please give this video a thumbs up. Thank you so much, and back to this discussion. Now, look at this situation, that you call for CJ Koome, then after that, there is additional funding to the judiciary. Ionekane kwamba executive inapeana pesa, yani. Then beside that, because of the backload of cases in the court, you give additional 11 judges, and that Court of Appeal, you give 5. So you are helping judiciary to smoothly run the activities. Now you said corruption, so CJ anakuambia I need more judges. And in your plan, because it was something that was already crafted, you say 11, then 5 to deal with the corruption, because now your allegation was all about corruption. But the plan there, you have your own people that you are suggesting and forwarding to the JCS, Judicial Service Commission, for those appointments. So imagine when the president suggests names and you have to pick those names. What is his intention with those names? People who should sit and make ruling on some of the matters that is presented before the court, which is against Ruto himself. Na yeye ndiye amekuappoint akakupea kazi pale. So his plan was to have a way to sneak in friendly, incompetent judges who will make ruling that is going to favor him, despite even when he's breaking the law. That's now coming out clear. The dangerous thing here is when someone thinks of making someone like Wafula Chebukati the next CJ of this country. Imagine the majority of Kenyans did not have faith in Chebukati. The 2017 general election embarrassed Wafula Chebukati after Maraga's final ruling. He was incompetent. He was supposed to be removed. He failed. But above all, he continued to work. Now you come to 2022, where 4 IBC commissioners were against the 3, Wawili na Chebukati mwenyewe. But Chebukati decided to go with the decision of the minority. Why is it that even in the commission, we always have these old numbers? Lazima wakue 7, 5, 9, 10 hivyo. It is because when they make a decision, there is a side that have to carry the day, and you go with the majority. Hiyo ndio mambo ya democracy. But he decided to go with the minority. Kenyans do not have faith in Chebukati. Just imagine making Chebukati the next CJ. Even if he rule in a fair way, you are lighting this country. You are setting Kenya on fire. No one can have trust in any ruling of Chebukati, whether it's right or wrong. But then, why Chebukati? It means Ruto definitely is losing hope in the judiciary when it comes to the next election, because we have seen him, he is consistently attacking them. So the court is feeling that yeye ni mtu ambaye they can never believe or work with. The arrogance, dictatorship. He is now thinking of now bringing any people who are going to make a ruling that is going to favor him. So the focus has been on 2027. And I said this in one of our political commentaries here, like 3 weeks ago. The plan might be for Ruto to look for a way of fixing some friendly judges somewhere to help him ahead of 2027. So indeed, his focus is on 2027. And Raila is revealing this. This is one of the worst things that should never happen. Imagine having someone like Isaac Hassan, someone that was never trusted by Kenyans. Namleta hapo. So that could be the plan. I think this country will fall into anarchy when we have people that have never had any trust among Kenyans. Imagine bibi ya Chebukati wamempea pale, yeye ndiye anaangalia mambo ya pesa. Yeye ndio commissioner, revenue something. Then Chebukati unamtengeneza anakuwa CJ. Tunaenda wapi? And all is to work in favor of William Samoei Ruto. Big problem in this country. This should be rejected. And you see they're saying that the lower courts are becoming problematic to William Ruto. So it's only the thing that he's doing to fix in new judges is to make sure that he's bringing friendly judges even in those lower courts that are problematic to him. So that any other ruling that they will make, it will be favoring him. Now they believe they have captured the judiciary. If Ruto will not be stopped, we are going to have a huge problem. It's time also Kenyans to come out and say no on this thing. CJ Mother Koome is setting the judiciary the moment they accepted to have a meeting with Ruto. Now she's being subdued.